Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for night 2, episode 68, I want to say, of our All In Grand Prix. Yes, night 2. Night 1 was a wild success, so let's see what night 2 can deliver. We've got a few interesting matchups tonight. Just going to quickly run through them now while you look at the lovely faces of Renee Paquette, RJ City, and Paul White. We have got Miro and Ospreay in their first matches, as well as Pac and Bryan Danielson. And then in their second matches, we have got Darby, Allin, Walter, Juice Robinson, Bandido, if he turns up, Drew Galloway, Jay White, Roosh, Kenny Omega, Nick Jackson, Keith Lee, and Prince Devitt, Jeff Cobb. Drew Galloway, Jay White will main event tonight's show. And if you've, super quick on the ball, you can tell that Matt Cardona, Hangman Adam Page, John Moxley, and Zack Sabre Jr. are not in block action, which means they open the show in tag team action. And I'm pretty sure you can guess who John Moxley will be teaming with. Of course, it will be his fellow Combat Club member, Zack Sabre Jr. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into it. Remember, in the description down below is all of the matches I've just mentioned, plus in brackets how many points people have thus far. Let's go. An 85 for our opening exhibition tag match. So in a bout that had superb wrestling and good heat, John Moxley and Zack Sabre Jr. get the win. Of course they do. Good old Combat Club when John Moxley makes Matt Cardona tap with the Bulldog choke. Matt Cardona being the weak link in this match, but still getting a 77. That's not bad at all. Zack Sabre Jr. really putting it out of the bag with an 87. I think tag action is his thing. Moxley with a 91 and Hangman with a 93. Awesome. Getting the show to a strong start. Of course, these wins mean nothing, although winning in them can give you momentum heading into the next round. But following this is our first match of the night, our first block match, and I believe, if I remember correctly, it is Pac taking on Bryan Danielson. Let's go. A 92. Whoa, great start. In a bout that had superb wrestling, my favourite word, and good heat, Pac and Bryan Danielson drew when the time limit of 20 minutes expired. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first draw of the All In Grand Prix. Pac and Bryan Danielson are all even, meaning that they get 1 point each. I wonder who would have won if there was overtime, but yeah, awesome match here. 92 kicking off the show. We marked this also as a technical masterclass, something that we don't use often, and I'm very glad that it paid off. Congrats to these guys. I mean, 1 point is better than none, so that could be what clinches it later on down the line. But that is over. 92 is the number to beat. Can anyone do it? Let's move on to the next match. And they can't. Oh, a 75. In a good match, Jeff Cobb and Prince Devitt. Jeff Cobb defeats Prince Devitt in 1536 with the Tour of the Islands. Mr. Inform keeping up that form in a meaningful and disastrous way. I mean, a 74 performance isn't the best from Jeff Cobb. Apparently he's got amazing form, but where I can't see it. Prince Devitt with a 79, but Jeff Cobb, I believe, is our first person to be on 4 points. Currently undefeated, 2-2. And unfortunately, Prince Devitt is 0-2, so he's going to have to pull the finger out of his arse very quickly. A great 75, 75 is still good. It's not bad, but I'm expecting every other match to be better than this. So, fix up, people. Let's move on to the next block match. And it's Nick Jackson taking on Keith Lee in an 86. In a bout that had superb wrestling again. Just feeding me the superbs. And a decent reaction from the crowd. Keith Lee gets the win and he follows Jeff Cobb with those 4 points. So Keith Lee and Jeff Cobb already making a gap at the top of the B block. He wins in 9 minutes. Just under 9 minutes. That was a quick one with the Spirit Bomb. Nick Jackson can't do anything against the man mountain that is Keith Lee. Keith with a 91. Nick with an 84. awesome. Can't complain about that. 86, lovely result. Let's move on to the next block match. And it is Renee talking to Keith for some reason. I'm not too sure why she's talking to Keith. She should be talking to Bandido. Interesting. But let's pretend that that's Bandido. Just, X. Yeah, Kenny says that last week was the blip. Oh, wait, hold on. No. She should be talking to Kenny. Ignore me. God, what is wrong with me tonight? Yeah, no, she should be talking to Kenny. There is actually a Bandido segment later. Spoiler, Juice is a no-show again. But yeah, this is meant to be to say Kenny, but let's just pretend it's Keith. Maybe he's talking about Keith, I don't know. But yeah, Kenny says that last week was a blip and he will claim his first points tonight. I'm not re-recording just for this segment. If it was a match, then yes. But yeah, pretend it's Kenny. Kenny says that last week was a blip and that he will claim his first points tonight against Roosh. A 98 rated segment. Renee is getting very good at interviews. So let's just carry on with the night. Pretend that, that's Kenny Omega. Moving on. And here is the segment I just mentioned. I got this one right. Renee also informs to Bandido just before he goes out, sorry, Juice is again a no-show. Which means Bandido, you've got the night off and you get 2 points, which Bandido is like, yes. So yeah, Bandido is getting his first set of points by forfeit, the same as Zack Sabre Jr. 91. I told you, Renee is very good at interviews. Juice Robinson, where the hell are you, my boy? We are all waiting for you to actually turn up. After this segment, we do head back to the ring for a block match, and it's Miro taking on Will Ospreay in an 86. I didn't think this one would be this good. What is it? Will Ospreay gets the win in 15:54. Quite a lengthy match here with the Storm Breaker. Miro with a 79, slightly underperforming, but Will Ospreay with an 88. And is that Will Ospreay's first points? Yes, it is, because this is his first match. So Will Ospreay has got 2 points in the All-In Grand Prix, getting the crowd buzzing this one. I think we've got 1 or 2 matches left. Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, we've still got Darby Allin taking on Walter, and we've got Kenny Omega taking on Roosh, and we've got Drew Galloway, Jay White. 3 more matches. Let's dive in to the next one. Oh my goodness, no way. A 99. A 99. 1 point off of a perfect 100 match. Roosh and Kenny Omega in a bout that had superb wrestling and good heat. Kenny Omega gets his first win in the Grand Prix against Roosh with the One-Winged Angel in just under 17 minutes. Kenny Omega and Roosh have just put on a 99 rated match. My goodness. And of all the people, Roosh is in that match. I mean, in all fairness, a Kenny Omega Roosh match in real life would be insane. Have they ever wrestled before? I don't know, but you best believe I'm hopping on YouTube immediately after this to see if they've wrestled, especially if it's in AAA or CMML or something like that. It'd be freaking carnage. But a 99, I think we found our match of the night and potentially our match of the year already. It's a shame that it only went 16 minutes. But yeah, we've got 2 more matches and I don't think either of them are going to compare to this. But let's continue with the show. Our next block match is Darby Allin and Walter. And in a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Walter defeats Darby Allin in 11 minutes with the rear naked choke. He ragdolls this boy left, right and centre. And Walter picks up another 2 points, making it 4 and putting him currently at the top of the A block. Darby Allin with a 79, Walter with an 88. Wow, go on Walter. Yeah, 81 overall, pretty decent, can't complain. But now we're heading to our main event of tonight, which is Drew Galloway taking on the Switchblade, Jay White. Both of these men have 2 points right now. One of them could make it 4 and join Walter at the top of Block A, or they will draw and be joint second. Let's see what happens. An 87 and about that had superb wrestling and good heat. Drew Galloway gets the win in 17 minutes with the Claymore kick. It looks like the Jake Roberts effect continues, and Jay potentially a little bit distracted / worried about Juice, because remember, Jay doesn't really have any bad blood towards Juice. It's Juice that does, and the rest of Bullet Club Gold that do against Juice. But yeah, Drew Galloway focused since joining the Roberts family. He's been unbeatable, let's be honest, and a great 87 match to finish off the night, meaning that Drew joins Walter at the top with 4 points. We will recap the standings shortly after this, but let's see what the show got us with our 99 rated match. A 90. So we have outdone last night's show by 1 point, I believe. And yeah, just look at that. Look at all the blue that we can see. We've got an 85, a 92, an 86, a 98, an 86, a 99, and an 87. Only 2 matches were under 82. That's insane. Well, actually, only 2 matches were under 85 when you really break it down. Awesome, love that. But yeah, let's just bring up the standings. As you can see here, Walter and Drew Galloway are sitting pretty at the top with 4 points each. Jay White, Zack Sabre Jr., Bandido, and Will Ospreay are on 2, while Miro, Matt Cardona, Juice Robinson, and Darby Allin fail to get any points thus far at the end of night 2. Jumping over to the B block, Keith Lee and Jeff Cobb are sitting at the top with 4 points each. Paige, Moxley, and Omega all have 2 points as well from their 1 wins. Pac and Bryan with our first draw of the series, meaning that they have 1 point each, sharing them 2 points. And Devitt, Nick Jackson, and Roosh, who just put in a match of the year guarantee. I don't think we're going to get anything better than that. I mean, who knows? Is sitting at the bottom with 0, slightly unfairly. But yeah, awesome night. Another crazy night of action. Unfortunately, the next episode is not going to be a Grand Prix night. It will be Dynamite. So we will have our regular scheduled Dynamites, but following that we will have night 3 and night 4 before we jump into Collision. But that is it for me. Thank you very much, guys. I'm loving the All In Grand Prix. I really hope that you guys are too. And yeah, can't wait for night 3. But first, we do have Dynamite. So please like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.